will take a deep three, and Paige Kohler knocks it down. Kohler to Velasco. Amy Velasco for a three. Velasco hits it from downtown. Amy Velasco connects.
Paige Kohler a three, and she's feeling it. Splish, splash.
Kohler out to Gherkin. Gherkin wide not for three again, and she drains it. Feed the hot hand. Jasmine Furr from three, and she buries it.
The BGSU Falcons have defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks, coming back from 14 down.
Welcome to Jonesboro, Arkansas for the first ever matchup between your Bowling Green women's basketball team and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer. And this pregame, I am joined by a very special guest for, I believe, the third time this season, the Director of Operations for BGSU Women's Basketball, Ethan Gelfand. Ethan, as always, thank you so much for joining us pregame. How are you doing?
I think it's very foolish of you to have me back for a third time, so sorry, listeners, but I'm back.
So, as I mentioned, first ever matchup between these two programs. First time, I believe you and I both been to Arkansas. But let's recap a little bit the past couple games for Bowling Green. For you and for your perspective, MAC play has been up and down, a little bit tough loss against Ball State, but this time it gives you an opportunity for a little bit of break in the MAC play. How would you kind of just assess the season and assess the last couple of games?
Yeah, so we've gotten a chance to play every MAC school now, so it really kind of gives us a gauge of where we're at, and definitely playing Ball State, who's first place in our conference for a reason, and it kind of showed why. But it shows where we need to get to, what we need to work on to get to the top, and we're confident that we can get there. It's just executing, as we've always say, and just seeing what we need to work on and really focusing on ourselves. So yeah, we'd like to have a couple more W's under our belt right now, but we'll get there.
Yeah, and this MAC Sunbelt Challenge is kind of relatively new. This is obviously your first year being a part of this challenge.
Yep.
For these type of games, it's kind of placed in the middle of the MAC schedule, in between your conference schedule. What is the gain in these games, but also what do you kind of look for? What are some positives you want to see for this team? What is some new things that you can kind of try out this game?
It is kind of funky that you put it right in the middle of our conference play, but it does kind of give you a new perspective. This is a completely different league, completely different style of play. It's going to be a lot more physicality, a lot of up and down play, so it gives us another look. The whole point of a non-conference slate, especially, is to challenge yourself, get looks of everything so you can be prepared for just about anything. And with the Sun Belt Challenge, it kind of gives us that. As I said, it's a completely different conference with a different style of play, and we get to see how we can fare against it.
Absolutely.
So it's nice to see that.
Absolutely. And obviously you have some history with the MAC as well,
yes.
And you also have some history with in the Big Ten as well. For you, how is the MAC different from all these other basketball conferences and schools, all these other teams? And because you kind of mentioned it, the Sun Belt is a different type of basketball than the MAC.
What's great is that the MAC has been always been one of those conferences where top to bottom, it's incredibly skilled teams. All the games are competitive. It doesn't matter if you're at the bottom or the top; they're going to be competitive. And so that's, I think, the most you want to see. It's unfortunate that the MAC is typically only a one-bid league just for the conference tournament champion, because I feel like there are always two or three that are deserving of it, especially BG in recent history when they have not been able to win the tournament. But MAC is a great conference, especially at the mid-major level. It's a very strong one, and it's fun to watch.
Yep. And I asked you this past couple of times you've been on the air for this pregame. Who are some of those players that have really stuck out to you these past couple of games or so?
Well, I mean, Paige has just been a steady force for us all year, especially against Akron. She stepped up, had, I think, 28 points. She just stuffed the stat sheet. So it's nice to be able to rely on her for that consistency. Again, having Lexi back, just that spark plug. Kieran out there for rebounding. I mean, I could just go down the list. It's nice to have that kind of depth, especially amongst our starting five. Shoot, a couple of games ago, our entire starting five was in double figures at Central. So it's nice to be able to rely on the vets and get some good contributions for the young ones. So it's fun.
Yep.
It's fun.
And while this might be your first trip to Arkansas, this isn't your first rodeo traveling, for sure.
No.
So for you, what is your favorite part about experiencing something new? Experiencing a new school, a new arena, a new environment. What's your favorite part about these types of road trips?
Honestly, it's seeing the team and seeing how they react, because as you said, I'm an old hat. I've been doing this for a while.
I don't think
now.
I said that.
You mentioned. I mean, you hinted at it, but so no. Honestly, it's giving them the experiences.
Yeah.
I've had my time, a lot of it, and I want to give it to everyone else. And so just to see how they embrace it all and take it all in is fun to see.
Well, Ethan, as always, thank you so much for joining us pregame, but also thank you so much for all that you do with us traveling-wise for Falcon Media Sports Network. Kaden Knapp, who's in the studio right now, but along with myself as well, giving us a chance to travel with this team. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks so much, Ethan. And when we come back, we'll have a little bit more pregame. We're moments away from tip-off between the Bowling Green Falcons and Arkansas State Red Wolves. Don't go anywhere. Listen to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
On October 4th, 2024, BGSU volleyball opposite hitter Lauren Hovey recorded her 115th career service ace in BG's comeback reverse sweep of Western Michigan, passing Paige Penrod for the most in program history during the rally scoring era. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil had the call of the historic moment on WBGU 88.1 FM.
And that will make history. Lauren Hovey's 115th ace in the rally scoring era is in the history books as the Stroh Center applauds.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
BGSU hockey returns to Slater Family Ice Arena to battle St. Thomas on Friday, February 7th. Join Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak and Tyler Kavalitz at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for puck drop on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Bowling Green Women's Golf is westward bound, traveling to Arizona to take part in the BGSU Women's Intercollegiate from Tuesday, February 11th to Wednesday, February 12th. Wyatt Broadbar will have the results on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here live in the natural state here in Jonesboro, Arkansas for the first ever matchup between your Bowling Green Falcons and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back inside the broadcast. I'm Luke Clymer, here to have some fun and join you all afternoon long as the Falcons search for their 12th win of the season and the final non-conference game of the year. Well, you hear the Director of Operations, Ethan Gelfand, talk about that a little bit in our pregame show. The MAC Sunbelt Challenge, this is the second year they have been doing this edition between the MAC and Sunbelt, and this is also the second game of the season between Bowling Green and a Sunbelt team. Remind you, the first time they played a Sunbelt team was the opener of the season against Southern Mississippi at the Stroh Center. The Falcons went away with a 71-67 victory over the Lady Eagles, and fast forward about 21 games later, the Falcons sit at 11-11 on the year, 5-6 in MAC play, but this is a chance to take a little bit of a break from the MAC, try out some new things, maybe tweak a little bit tactically with your starting five, and try and get a big road W on the roll against an Arkansas State team that the Falcons have no history against. So a little bit of history being made here this afternoon here at First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro. Let's talk a little bit about the Arkansas State Red Wolves. They are 15-7 on the year, 11-1 in the Sun Belt. They have won 11 straight games. Here this season, they're 10-1 here at home. Their only loss at home was from long ago. Their only loss came against Turkalon State back in December. Their only Sunbelt loss this season was their first Sunbelt game against Appalachian State. They lost 77-62 on the road. Since then, they've gone perfect, beating the likes of Marshall, Georgia Southern, Texas State, U of M, Louisiana, U of M again, Louisiana against South Alabama twice, Troy, and Georgia State. This is a Red Wolves team that has been red hot, to say the least. They are led by head coach Destiny Rogers. Rogers is in her third year fully as the head coach of the Red Wolves. Mind you, she served as the interim head coach in 2021 and 2022. She had an 8-10 overall record and 5-9 in Sun Belt play. This is the first year where she's on pace to have a winning record. As I mentioned, Red Wolves sit 15-7 overall. Her first 2 full seasons in charge of Arkansas State. She was 13-19 and then 13-17. Both years she was 6-12 in Sun Belt play. So it's been quite an incredible season for Rogers in her 3rd season at the helm of the Red Wolves. We'll have more on the Red Wolves and Falcons after this station identification.
I'm BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat, and you're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for BGSU women's basketball.
We now have the starting 5 for your Bowling Green Falcons and the Arkansas State Red Wolves. For Bowling Green, the same 5 it's been for the past couple of games. Amy Velasco, Paige Kohler, Lexi Fleming, Janaea Donahue, and Erica Porter. For head coach Fred Shamil in his 2nd season at the helm of the Orange and Brown. For Arkansas State, here's how they line up. They go with Nay Brown, Chrislyn Rose, Anna Griffin, Winter Rogers, and Ziane Shannon. Those are the 5 that line out for Arkansas Bowling Green, and then Arkansas State come out of their benches and looking to get this one underway here. Some players to watch out for both teams. First, for your Falcons, obviously, Paige Kohler, Ethan mentioned it pre-game, averaging 13 points per game, has been on fire late. The Falcons coming off that tough 71-51 loss at Ball State. Kohler had a team-high 17 points. Amy Velasco still leads the team in scoring 15.5 points as well. Bowling Green in their road orange, while the Red Wolves are in their gray with a little bit of red strip around. Erica Porter will meet in the middle next to Winter Rogers for the Red Wolves. Rogers and Porter here, whistle blown, ball in the air, tipped one, and the Falcons, well, Erica Porter did win that one, but I'm going to say Erica Porter jumped a little too soon, and it will be Arkansas State ball regardless. So a little bit of a mishap there for Bowling Green, but the game now is underway. Here's Chrislyn Rose, averaging 18.4 points per game, has started 18 on the year, appeared in 20. For the Red Wolves, Rose, open 3, and she's got it. So first points on the board for Arkansas State. A player to watch for the Red Wolves. Rose is definitely one of those players, but Ziana Shannon averaging 11 points per game, the only Red Wolf to averaging double figures this season. They're a team that's averaging 72 points per game, but allowing 63.9. Team that's led by their offense, but also a very good defensive team. Donahue to Paige Kohler, who attempts a 3-pointer attempt on Bowling Green's first offensive possession from the top of the key. Is off the mark, but we're going to call a defensive foul from off the ball. So Bowling Green will remain with possession. We'll see who they get here. Right now it's 3-0 Arkansas State with 9:15 was playing the first quarter. Ball inbound to Lexi Fleming, and a mid-range jumper is good from the left hash. Now 3-2 Red Wolves, but 9:08 left to play here in the first. Catch and shoot 3 here. That one ricochets in and out from Anna Griffin. So Griffin there missed her first attempt of the game. Meanwhile, that foul was Anna Griffin. So first person to foul on her first miss. Donahue turns the ball over here on the offensive side of the floor. Here's Rose dribbling inside. Guarded by Fleming, out to Brown. Brown gets it back out to Griffin again. Griffin tries another 3 right in front of the Bowling Green bench, and she knocks it down. 6-2 Red Wolves early here in the first quarter. 8:30 left to play here in quarter number 1. Here's Donahue. Long switch to Fleming. Fleming back to Kohler. Kohler driving to the basket there. Layup. Offensive foul is going to be called on the sophomore. Kohler got the shot to fall off the right, but should be tasked with the first personal foul. Remind you, our audience, later on WBGU, the second game of BGSU hockey against St. Thomas on this Saturday at 7 to 7 p.m. as an open 3 made from Brown right in front of the Bowling Green bench again. The Red Wolves, three. The second big three this contest. 3 for 3 from downtown. 9-2 Red Wolves, and it's quickly a 7-point lead. Amy Velasco, 3-point of her own there from the left wing, and she knocks it down. Amy Velasco, her first points on the board. 9-5 Red Wolves. 7:40 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Rose driving baseline, kicks it out. Was looking there for Brown, and instead it hits one of the fans here courtside here at First National Bank Arena. First sub coming in, Erica Porter checks out. Taya Ellis checks in for Bowling Green. Five in, 5 out for Arkansas State. They're going to make 5 changes coming into this game. We'll get you those here momentarily. As there's a turnover here, it's Morgan with the turnover and the bucket. A deep 3, and Kiana Morgan, the senior guard from Charlotte, North Carolina, knocks that down. It's a whole change here. Mimi McCullister coming in as well, along with Nisa Sam Grant. Bella Weary coming in as well, along with Kiana Montu. So those are the changes as well, along with Deanna Morgan. Ellis driving to the basket, puts the shot up there, a little bit short and no good. Rebounded from the Red Wolves. Here comes Morgan. Morgan drives, kicks it out wide open. Kiana Montu for 3. Montu! Another huge 3 for Arkansas State. 4 for 6 to start. It's 12-5 Red Wolves. And an electric start offensively for Arkansas State causes Shamil and the Falcons to take their first timeout of this contest here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. So timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. 12-5 Red Wolves here. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU men's basketball faces off against the Ohio Bobcats on February 11th at the Stroh. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Artie Abrego will have the call with pregame at 6:45 and tip-off at 7 p.m. on Falcon Radio.
Back here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, for the first ever matchup between the Arkansas State Red Wolves and your BGSU women's basketball team, as the Falcons found themselves down by double figures early here. 6:42 left to play here in the first quarter. Arkansas State 15, Bowling Green 5. So a 10-point lead for the Red Wolves there. 5 for 6 from three-point range to start this game for the Red Wolves. 10 players have already seen action on the floor. As pointed out by our intermission report by our board operator, Kaden Knapp, in the studio, 9 of those points from Arkansas State have come from Bowling Green turnovers to start this game. And that's not a recipe for success. That's not something that Bowling Green has done since the beginning of this season, to be quite honest with you. The past couple of games have been pretty good from a turnover perspective. They haven't been creating too many turnovers, especially in key moments into the game. But not been the start for Bowling Green. Brown, Rose, and Griffin all have 3 points for the Red Wolves. Coming off the bench was Montu for the Red Wolves, and she has 6 early in this contest. Velasco had a big triple, and Fleming just had a bucket. Reminder, later tonight, right here on WBGU, the Falcons taking on the St. Thomas Tommies for BGSU hockey for the second game out of the series. A big 4-1 win on Friday's game. Ben Korak, Carter Leonard will be on the call starting at 6:45 for pregame on WBGU 88.1 FM. This is the last game Bowling Green has until next Saturday. They don't play Wednesday, and they're off on Wednesday. They come back home to play the Central Michigan Chippewas, the team that they just played for the second game of the season. That'll be another big game coming back home when they resume MAC play. Back underway here, Kohler guarded by Morgan. Morgan, bounce pass inside to Fleming. There's Fleming, takes a couple step overs, hands off to Donahue. Donahue driving inside there, using with her left there. Kicks it back out. Fleming tries a deep three. Lexi Fleming, that one off the mark. The ball got out of play and an empty possession for the Falcons. This is an Arkansas State team that has outscored their opponents every single quarter this season. Most notably right now in the first quarter, they've outscored their opponents plus 66. Here come the Red Wolves here. Wary. Outside here, top of the key, Montu. Montu. Outside right to the Bowling Green bench again. Here comes McAllister. Fleming and Porter there caught up with McAllister. Jump ball possession area will favor Bowling Green. So an early stop here early in the first quarter for the Falcons. 15-5 Arkansas State. 5:58 left to play here in the first. Fleming gets it out to Velasco. Velasco to Kohler. Kohler gets her feet set. Long three from the left wing. Paige Kohler knocks it down. 15-8. Red Wolves lead cut down to 7. Wary. Here's McAllister out to the Bowling Green bench. And ball goes out of balance as a long pass looking to find a teammate in the left corner. It's set out of play and almost hit one of our credentialed media members here at First National Bank Arena. Dodge that bullet. Donahue inbound to Kohler. Another 5 change. The starters back in for Arkansas State. Shannon, Rogers, Griffin, Rose, and Brown are back on the floor for Arkansas State. For Bowling Green, Kohler, Ellis, Donahue, Fleming, and Velasco. Here's Fleming, top of the key, guarded by Rose. Kohler, another deep three. Paige Kohler knocks it down. 2 back-to-back huge threes for Kohler and Bowling Green. 15-11, the lead cut down to 4. I'll tell you what, the 3 ball has been electric here. Here's another 3 ball on the way, this time from Griffin. That one is off the mark. Both teams combined have already attempted 10 threes in this quarter. Turnover here for Bowling Green. Fleming had that one dispossessed. Here's Shannon. Nay Brown. Works her way there. Mid-range shot from Winter Rogers, and that one just off the mark. And rebounded from Velasco. Here's Kohler. Fleming. Defended right wing, now dribbling inside, getting past a couple Arkansas State defenders, but had him knocked from behind. Here's Rose again. 3 ball on the way. Shannon. That one's off the mark. Fleming, a little bit of a track meet here. Fleming, long outlet pass to Donahue on the fast break. Donahue lays it up and in off the glass. First points for the freshman, Nate Donahue. 15-13, Arkansas State. It's been a 8-0 Bowling Green run until that bucket. Big 3 ball made there from Nay Brown. Her second 3 made of this quarter. Stops the Bowling Green run, 18-13. 5-point lead for the Red Wolves. 3:35 left to play here in the first. Ellis, long pass, wide open. Donahue underneath the basket. Lays it up and in. Another basket for Donahue. 18-15. Making now a 10-3 run for Bowling Green. 18-15 is your score. 3:20 left to play here in the first. Here's Shannon dribbling inside. Lays it off to Rogers. Rogers again. That's up and no good. Got her on rebound, however. And they'll get a foul on Bowling Green. They'll get a foul on Velasco here from underneath the basket. 3 subs coming in for Shamil. Porter back in for Ellis. Fleming out for Emily Cecil. And Donahue out for Kieran McGuff. So you have Cecil, McGuff, Porter, Kohler, and Velasco on the floor for Bowling Green. You have Shannon, Rogers, Griffin, Rose, and Brown on the floor for the Red Wolves. Here's Rose again. Rose pulls up mid-range shot. Heavy contested there from Porter, but she gets it to ricochet in. 20-15, high-scoring first quarter here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Porter gets it out to Kohler. Here's Kohler, found an open lane. Kohler dribbles and up and in. Finishing strong with the left hand is Paige Kohler. She has 8 points here in the first. And a quick three ball on the way for the Red Wolves. That one's off the mark. And rebounded from Bowling Green. 20-17 now is your score. 2:30 left to play in the first. Another wholesale change coming for Arkansas State. Another 5 coming in. Kohler, catch and shoot 3 there from the right key. No good. Porter trying to get the rebound. And she is fouled. Let's see what they get here. They'll get Winter Rogers on that foul. Another change for Arkansas State. McCollister, Weary, Morgan, Montu, and Sam Grant all checking back in for the Red Wolves. Velasco took too long there on the inbound pass. It'll be a turnover. It'll be Arkansas State ball. And that's something that's very unusual, and I don't think I've seen yet this season for Bowling Green. 2017, 2:05 left to play here in the first. There, McGuff there was set a screen, and then Cecil there took the ball away. So turnover for Bowling Green. Cecil dishes out to Velasco. Amy Velasco, a deep 3 from top of the key. We are tied at 20 apiece. What a comeback here in this first quarter. Bowling Green was down by 10 at one point. Look at the Red Wolves here. 22-20 now. A big lob to feed Sam Grant. 22-20 Red Wolves. Here's McGuff. Kohler. Velasco. Another deep 3 off the mark. Right into the hands of Erica Porter. Erica Porter puts up no good. Right into Kieran McGuff. McGuff shot no good. Porter trying to get the rebound. Can't hold in the rebound. It'll be Red Wolves ball. Donahue, Fleming back in. McGuff and Cecil back out. Kohler has a team high 8 points. Montu and Brown both have 6 for Red Wolves. 22-20 Arkansas State. Here's a 3 ball on the way. Make it 25-20. Montu with a big 3-pointer here. 25 points here in this first quarter for Arkansas State. We're down to the final minute. Velasco dribbles, pulls up here, mid-range, no good. Left it short. Here come the Red Wolves here on the fast break. Here's Morgan. Morgan. Montu. Guarded by Velasco. Screen set there from Sam Grant. Pulled up there. And a 3 ball on the way here in the corner is Weary, no good. Rebounded from Porter. Porter to Donahue. Here come the Falcons on the fast break. Donahue gets off her knee. Donahue gets the ball back, however, out to Fleming. Fleming out to Velasco for 3. That one off the mark. And no good. Shot clock is off now. Final 22 seconds to play in the first quarter. 25-20 Red Wolves. Nick Colster will have the ball. Puts a switch on Fleming. McColster out in the corner there. 3 ball on the way from Morgan. And that one's just a little bit short. And that's how this first quarter will come to a close. High scoring affair here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. 25-20 is your score. The Falcons are down by 5 as they head into the second quarter. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action to recap the first. Don't go anywhere. Listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Bowling Green Women's Golf is westward bound, traveling to Arizona to take part in the BGSU Women's Intercollegiate from Tuesday, February 11th to Wednesday, February 12th. Wyatt Broadbar will have the results on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
BGSU softball takes on the Monmouth Hawks in Game 2 of a Saturday doubleheader in Spartanburg, South Carolina on Saturday, February 8th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of both the Friday and Saturday game on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at First National Bank Arena here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And in the first quarter, about to begin the second quarter here. 25-20 is your score. Your Bowling Green women's basketball team are down by 5 over the Arkansas State Red Wolves, the first ever matchup between these two programs. Welcome back inside the broadcast, Lucas Kleinmeyer, and to our studio here on the Cooling Center, the campus of Bowling Green State University, where WBGU-FM is located. Caden Knapp is with us as well, in great spirit. He can hop on anytime as he wants with one push of a button. But anyway, and the first quarter, high-scoring first quarter affair here in Jonesboro. Kohler leads the Falcons with a team-high 8 points. Montu came off the bench for Arkansas State, 9 points as well. Brown and Rose each 6 points for Brown, 5 for Rose, 3 points for Griffin. Back to Bowling Green, 6 points for Velasco, 4 for Donahue, just 2 for Fleming. And it's a half where a quarter where Erica Porter doesn't register any points, but she has 5 rebounds already, which is a game high on 6 minutes played. Bowling Green shot 47% in that first quarter, 44% from 3. There was 18 for 17 from the floor. Meanwhile, for the Red Wolves, they shot 52.9% from the floor, 9 for 17 from the field, and then 7 for 13 from three-point range. Already 22 three-point attempts in this game, which is kind of crazy. Back on the way here for quarter number 2. Here come the Red Wolves. 3 ball on the way here from Brown. Ricochets in and out, rebounded from Fleming. Here come the Falcons. Kohler, long outlet pass to Kohler. Velasco feeds it to Porter. Porter to Donahue. Donahue feeds it to Fleming. Velasco, Fleming. Donahue, long 3 ball on the way. And Donahue, what a big bucket. A big three-pointer there for the freshman, 25-23. The lead cut down to 2. And here come the Red Wolves. Griffin to Rose. Rose, bounce pass inside, no good. Stolen away from Porter. Bound long pass to Kohler. And a long outlet to Donahue. We're tied at 25 apiece. Donahue got herself free. Had it up and in over the glass. 25 all with 8:50 left to play here in the second quarter. Shannon had that tipped and swatted away from Porter. Still into the hands of Arkansas State. Here's Rose. Rose got by Fleming. Rose out to Shannon. Shannon drives, mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded there by Griffin. Kicks it out, 3 ball on the way from Shannon. That one off the mark as well. And rebounded from Donahue. A big defensive stop there for Bowling Green. Donahue drives, pulls up, out to Fleming, right wing, inside to Erica Porter. Erica Porter, 1-on-1 underneath the basket with Rose. Erica Porter, high-arcing shot there. That's way off the mark. There, off towards the left side of the rim. Long ball. Long outlet pass. Brown fired a 3. That one went in and out. Rebounded, though, from Rogers. Been a fast start to the second quarter. Their mid-range jumper there from Rose. That one's off the mark. Into the hands of Kohler. 25 all with 7:45 left to play here in the second quarter. Kohler and the Porter. And Rogers will pick up her second personal foul here. 5 in, 5 out again for the Red Wolves. Sam Grant, Montu, Morgan, Wheelie, McCluster back in for Arkansas State. Emily Cecil back into the game for Bowling Green. She's checking in for Paige Kohler. We'll get a breather. Ball inbound. Ellis had it stolen away. And the Rebels come away with it. McCollister. Montu. Feeds inside, down low. Sam Grant put the shot up. No good. Rebounded from Ellis. Velasco. Been a very slow start offensively for this quarter for the Red Wolves. Emily Cecil catch and shoot three. Emily Cecil knocks it down from the right wing. And the Bowling Green bench erupts. A big basket there from Cecil. Spin move there from McCollister. And here's a 4-minute drought here from Arkansas State. Feed inside, and that drought is over as Morgan found Sam Grant to connect there. And the Red Wolves down by just one, 28-27. The Falcons have the lead here. 6-4 left to play in the first quarter. Donahue out to Velasco for three. That one off the front of the rim, no good. Here come the Red Wolves again, McCollister. Long switch. Outboard pass three. That one no good. That was Weary there. Gonna put that three ball up. Now I have a chance to catch my breath a little bit. My goodness, what a start to this second quarter. 6:21 left to play here. 28-27. Bowling Green. A couple more subs. Kieran McGuff comes in for Bowling Green. Erica Porter checks back in for Ellis. Paige Kohler back in as well. Arkansas State's 1 for their last 10 shooting the basket. Cecil dishes out to Fleming. Fleming pump fake there, three ball on the way. Fleming just off the mark. Erica Porter, a big strong rebound here. Porter tangled up there underneath the basket by two Arkansas State players. Possession arrow will favor Bowling Green. Kohler inbound to Fleming. Fleming to Erica Porter. Porter puts the shot up and no good as she's fouled. Montu will get tagged with that foul. And for the first time this game, we'll have a player go to the charity stripe, and it'll be Bowling Green's Erica Porter. That was Montu's first personal foul. Erica Porter for the free throw line. That first one is up and good. Erica Porter this season is 40 for 61 now, shooting from the free throw line. Now make it 40 for 62. First one's good, not the second. 29-27 Bowling Green, under 6 minutes to play before halftime. Morgan. Pump fix moves, spins on Fleming, and gets it up and in. Kohler. Out to Porter. Back to Kohler now. We're tied now at 29 apiece. Been a much more defensive quarter than the first. Cecil to Kohler. Kohler, screen set from Porter. Fleming, and a lot of contact there. That was Morgan poking that ball in, got a little too much contact for Fleming. So Kohler will inbound. Kohler inbounds inside of Porter. Porter in the post, and it's swatted away from Sam Grant. Here come Arkansas State on a fast break. Shot up there from McCollister is contested from Kohler, but a little too much contact for the officiating liking. Kohler was fouled. And Kohler will check out for Velasco. Wholesale change once again for the Red Wolves. 5 in, 5 out, the starters. Minus McCollister. Check back in. You have Shannon in, Griffin in, Brown in, Winter in, and just waiting for Rose to check in for McColster. First free throw is off the mark. Second one for McColster. That one's good. Arkansas State retakes the lead 30-29. Actual check out for Rose. Chrislyn Rose is sophomore guard from Texas. Long switch out, Donahue. Donahue, long pass looking for Velasco. That one's picked off and stolen away from Rogers and the Red Wolves. Here's Brown. Brown, that's a deep two, no good. Gets her own rebound. Rose guarded by Donahue. Rose kicks it out. 3 ball on the way now for Griffin. Griffin, that one's off the mark. Rebounded from Donahue. Donahue, heavily contested. Erica Porter now picks it up. Velasco. And Bowling Green gets out of trouble there. Velasco, top of the key. To Velasco, into Porter. Donahue. Donahue, looking to go up and over there. No good, a little bit short there from the left hash. Rebound from the Red Wolves. Rose. Guarded by Rogers. Griffin. Here's Rose. Rose drives, takes the contact, and gets the basket. 2 and 1 to go for Rose as Kieran McGuff will get tasked with the first personal foul there. Which will go to the free throw line, but before we do that, we have reached our immediate timeout. 32-29 Red Wolves. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find this menu at juniperbrew.com. 32-29, a three-point play coming up for Arkansas State. When we come back, you're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
BGSU softball concludes the USC Upstate Tournament with a battle against the Akron Zips in an early season MAC matchup on Sunday, February 9th with first pitch at noon. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU softball takes on the Monmouth Hawks in Game 2 of a Saturday doubleheader in Spartanburg, South Carolina on Saturday, February 8th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of both the Friday and Saturday game on bgfalconmedia.com.
Falcon men's golf will participate in MAC A10 match play in Dade City, Florida on Monday, February 10th and Tuesday, February 11th. Falcon Media Sports Network Sean Connolly will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Red Wolves 32, your Falcons 29. Been a back and forth second quarter here. A little bit more defensive, but Bowling Green had the lead for a little bit in the quarter, and when we come back from this one, there'll be 3 free throws coming up on the way. A chance for a three-point play for Chrislyn Rose, who drove to the lane, got the layup. But Kieran McGuff did commit a foul. Reminder that tonight's BGSU hockey take on St. Thomas Tommies for their second game of the series. The Falcons defeated them 4-1 earlier on Friday night. A big performance from Cole Moore, the goaltender, stepping in. A big win for the Falcons all around. Looking to get 2 for 2, get a weekend sweep over the Tommies. Reminder going on over on our Sister station, Falcon Radio, right now is men's basketball taking on Coastal Carolina in their MAC Sunbelt Challenge, their second game. They're at home in the Stroh Center. Artie Abrego and Foster Rostai for Falcon Media Sports Network are on the call for that one. But we're here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Another state that Falcon Media Sports Network has not been to in quite some time. The first matchup between these two in program history for either side. We're back ready to begin. Resume here. We have 4:01 left to play here in the second quarter. Chance for a three-point play here for Rose. Rose, no good. Mentioned it, and that pass there from Velasco was picked off initially there from Griffin, but Bowling Green wins it right back. Velasco. Bounce pass inside of McGuff. McGuff moves, McGuff drives. That one off the mark. Donahue gets the rebound, and a strong contact with Donahue and Rose and Rogers. Seems to be okay, not bang bang, nothing too much. Here's Velasco. Velasco. Dribbling in with Brown. Velasco moves left. Out to Donahue. Left wing. Donahue moving inside. Top of the key. McGuff. Back to Velasco. Left wing. Velasco moves inside. A little floater with the right. No good. Rebounded from Ellis. Trying to keep this one in play. She does. Gives it to Donahue. Donahue. Strong take. Donahue. Oh, what a strong take and finish to the rim. No foul called. But a big basket there from the Fort Wayne, Indiana native. 32-31. Donahue now leads the team in scoring with 11 for Bowling Green, along with 5 rebounds. That free ball on the other end for the Red Wolves was no good, but a foul called away from the ball on Bowling Green. Here's Rose. To Rogers. Shannon. Shannon has this knocked away there from Donahue initially. Velasco. Back outside. Nice pass. Trying to find Rogers. Rogers there. Couldn't hold that one in. And that one goes out of bounds. Wanting a holding call. Saying that Ellis was holding too much of her arm, but no call given as with 3 on the shot clock, Rose and the Red Wolves will inbound. So gotta get a shot off quick here. Rose inbounds. And it's just out of bounds. And off pass, just not on the same schedule. And now they're saying it was last off a Falcon. So they'll do it again, this time with 2 seconds on the shot clock. So Rose will inbound this one. Rose inbound here, a long 3 ball on the way. That's off the front of the rim from Nate Brown. And here's Nate Donahue. Taking up in court down the rim on the fast break. Pumps the brakes, puts on the McGuff. Velasco. Top of the key, 32-31. Red Wolves, 2:20 left to play here before halftime. Velasco. Inside Ellis. Ellis, nice spin move. Taya Ellis off the front of the rim and good. 33-32. Bowling Green takes the lead. And now back to the way. Red Wolves. Rose loses the ball on the ground. Ellis and her jockeying for the loose ball went to Rogers. And Rogers will be fouled by Donahue for a second personal foul. As 5 in, 5 out. Once again for the Red Wolves. Sam Grant, Montu, Morgan, Weary, and McColster all back in for Arkansas State. Here's Morgan. A deep 3 that's off the mark. Ellis with the rebound. She's getting double team here from underneath the basket and has it ripped away from her hands. A turnover underneath the basket for Ellis and the Falcons. Montu, she'll travel. So travel call, much to the dismay of the Red Wolves fans here at First National Bank Arena. But Bowling Green comes away unscathed, 33-32. 1:35 to play here. Donahue. Ellis driving inside. Ellis up and in. Fought through the contact underneath the basket and got the fall. 35-32. BG have a 3-point lead. Down to 1:15 left to play here in the first half. Catch and shoot three here on the way. That one's off the mark. 0 for 10 from 3-point range in the second quarter for the Red Wolves, a team that was 5 for 6 to start this game from beyond the arc. 35-32 BG, under a minute, 55 seconds left to play before halftime. Donahue. Bounce pass inside, Fleming found herself open by the charity stripe. Outside right wing, Kieran McGuff, a 3-ball on the way. Kieran McGuff connects from 3-point range. Our first basket made, 38-32. The Falcon lead extends by 6. The Orange and Brown got some momentum heading into halftime. Fleming guarding McColster. Taken to the rim, that one no good. Fleming, Donahue. Shot clock is off. 18 seconds left. Velasco. Into Ellis. Ellis guarded by Donahue. Outside, Fleming for a 3. Lexi Fleming just off the mark. So Arkansas State, 5 seconds left. We're going to get this last shot of this game. Morgan, long 3 on the way. That one off the front of the rim from Montu is no good, and rebounded from Ellis. That's how this first half will come to a close. Bowling Green, a big second quarter. They're up by 6. 38-32 is your score here. The Orange and Brown have a lead heading into the locker room. When we come back, we'll recap the first half and preview what's to come in the third quarter. 20 minutes of basketball down with 21 minutes left to go here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Falcons 38, Red Wolves 32. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
Falcon Women's Basketball faces Arkansas State in the MAC Sun Belt Challenge on Saturday, February 8th. Tune into Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for tip-off on WBGU 88.1 FM. BGSU softball continues their run at the USC Upstate Tournament with an afternoon matchup against Monmouth on Saturday, February 8th, with first pitch at 12:30 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Bowling Green men's basketball picks up the home leg of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge when they welcome the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers to the Stroh Center on Saturday, February 8th. You can join Artie Abrego and Foster Rostai on Falcon Radio starting at 1:45 for pregame, followed by tip-off at 2.
BGSU softball travels to Spartanburg, South Carolina for a battle with the USC Upstate Spartans in the first game of the USC Upstate Tournament on Friday, February 7th at 3 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak will have a recap of both Friday games on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU women's track participates in the Ashland Light Giver Invitational on Friday, February 7th. Falcon Media Sport Network's Chaz McNeil will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
BGSU women's track looks to continue their record-breaking season when they travel to Ann Arbor for the Michigan Invitational on Saturday, February 8th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Dalton Lowe will have the recap available after the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
What is dedication?
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that my kids wouldn't have a father. And I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. I definitely had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, here at First National Bank Arena. Bowling Green's up by 6, 38-32, the orange and brown lead over the Arkansas State Red Wolves in the first ever meeting between the two programs and the second and final MAC Sun Belt Challenge of the season between these two programs. Welcome back inside the broadcast. Lucas Kleinmeyer, and this halftime report, I am joined by our co-voice, I should say, of BGSU women's basketball, Caden Knapp, who's in the studio, who is pushing all the buttons and keeping me on and off the air. He'll be joining us right now for our halftime report. Caden, get your first half thoughts on what you saw there, or at least listen to in that first half.
Well, if I had to give one word to describe that half, I would say very inconsistent. Both teams went on numerous stretches where they could not score. Arkansas State actually finished that half without points for the final 4 minutes and 1 second. At the beginning of the game, we saw Arkansas go out to that quick 10-point lead at 15-5. They were 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. Since that point, they're 2 of 19, Lucas. 2 of 19.
I know, indeed, and I think you summarized it pretty much. Those are the big points that happened in that first half. 2 for 36 shooting now for the Red Bulls, 33%, 7 for 24 3-point range. And it was a team that were so good shooting the three ball in the first quarter, and the second quarter happened. Man, they were ice cold. They're scoreless in the last 4 minutes coming out of the halftime locker. 1 for 9 in the last 9, and 1 for 15 in the last 3, like you mentioned there, Caden. But how about Danae Donahue, Caden? 11 points, 6 rebounds. She's been incredible for the Falcons since she's been reinserted into the lineup.
Yes, this is the 4th time in her young collegiate career that she's reached double digits, and I mean, she's really sparked them. She hit her 4th 3 earlier in the game as well of the season. And, you know, she's a big reason why that points off turnover number went from 9-0 Arkansas State to now 13-9 Bowling Green.
Yeah, but now a huge difference first, second quarter for Bowling Green. Like you mentioned there, a little bit inconsistent quarter. First quarter not great, second quarter was monstrous for the orange and brown. Caden, what are some other things for you in that first 20 minutes that stuck out to you as well?
One of the first things I noticed when I was looking over the stats was that Erica Porter has 6 rebounds. She's been huge for this Falcons team. I mean, the team has 26 in total when it comes to the rebounding category, and yeah, just the fact that she has 6 of that alone tells you how important she is. And also, Amy Velasco has 5 assists. Remember, against Ball State, she had no assists, so it's huge that she's back getting big assists for this team. And, you know, Porter and Velasco doing things that are really, really important is huge for this team.
You know what? I'm just going to say, we've worked together. This is our first year working together, and you read my mind perfectly because I was very about to bring up Velasco. And I just 6 points and 5 assists as well because she, like you said, no assists against Ball State, which for your number one is not the best. And that's not a recipe for success. So it's good to see her back out there with 5 assists as well. For Bowling Green, 15-32 from shooting at 46.9%, three-point range 46.7%. Both teams have made 7 threes, but the difference is Bowling Green has attempted 15. Arkansas State has attempted 24. Rebounding, Kaden, you touched on a little bit there with Erica Porter. Only a point for her, but 6 rebounds, tied for the team high with Donahue. That's huge in the first half. Rebounding battle, Bowling Green's winning that 26-17. 19 defensive rebounds to Arkansas State's 11. That's been huge.
Yeah, it really has, because it allows the team to, get second opportunities when they're rebounding on the offensive end. But then on the defensive end, they're just taking advantage of the fact that Arkansas is spreading themselves out, Arkansas State is, and launching up these deep shots, missing them, and then kind of like camping down underneath to grasp the defensive board.
Absolutely, indeed. And Kaden, is there a player specifically that you're looking forward towards in the second half to have a big third quarter and fourth quarter?
I'm going to say Lexi Fleming. She started the game 1 of 4 from the floor, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc. There's so many times this season that, she's kind of been down, at least scoring-wise, in the first half, and then in the second half, she's came out on fire. So I would expect for her to have a pretty good second half.
Absolutely, indeed. And I think one of the biggest positives in that first half for Bowling Green is 8 different players found the basket. 11 points for Donahue team high, 8 for Kohler, 6 for Velasco, 4 for Ellis. McGuff and Cecil each had a 3-point hit. Fleming had 2, like you mentioned, Porter just 1. We'll see what they can do here at the start of this third quarter and see if Bowling Green can get a big road victory. They've only won 2 on the road this season. It would be their first and only non-conference road win of the season. Their only 2 road wins came against Central Michigan and Ohio earlier this year. Kaden, any final thoughts before I sign you off there for the third quarter?
I think a huge indicator of why the score is how it is, if you look at the Falcons' point and rebounding spread, every single player that has played so far today for BG has at least 1 point and at least 1 rebound.
Absolutely, indeed. That'll do it for us here. Before we sign off, remind you that BGSU Hockey in action later tonight on WBGU 80.1 FM. Taking on the St. Thomas Tommies at the Slater Family Ice Arena. Puck drop is at 7:07 p.m., 6:45 for pregame on WBGU. The voice of BG Hockey, Ben Korak, will be alongside Carter Leonard for that call. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action here at First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Falcons up by 6, 38-32 over the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
On November 30th, 2024, BGSU women's basketball defeated Arkansas 79-78. The win over the SEC opponent was arguably the biggest of the Fred Schumiel era in Bowling Green. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kaden Knapp had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Tightly guarded by Velasco. 5 seconds on the clock. Passing out. There's a 3 from the far side wing. No good. It's no good. Laura Gurka gets the rebound, and the BGSU Falcons have defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks, coming back from 14 down to win 79-78. A huge team win.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
In the wake of a disaster, what one thing can you send that will help people the most? A blanket, a tent, a sandbag, a doctor. Actually, if you send a monetary donation, you send all these things. Even a small donation can make a big impact and can quickly become exactly what people affected by disaster need most.
In the wake of a hurricane, your monetary donation can make a huge difference to those in need. To donate, visit supporthurricanerelief.org. That's supporthurricanerelief.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I hoped he'd get help. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. Ah, that's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Back here, ready to start quarter number 3 here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Red Wolves, 32. Your Bowling Green Falcons with a 6-point lead at 38. 38-32 is your score here at First National Bank Arena. Bowling Green had a huge second quarter after an inconsistent first. It was high scoring. It was 25-20 at the end of the first quarter. Bowling Green outscored Arkansas State 18-7. And it's been a poor offensive second quarter for the Red Wolves, seeing that they can get going here in the third. Inbound, and we're back underway here. Here's Shannon. Same 5 that started for each team to start this one. Here's Rose. Rose dribbling around, going around. Porter, that one up and over. No good, and into the hands of Paige Kohler. Here's Velasco. Velasco. Kohler. Kohler inbound to Porter in the post, and a travel called on EP. So an early turnover for Bowling Green. 38-32, the Falcons still lead by 6, 9:20 left to play here in the third. It's been 4 minutes, 35 seconds to Arkansas scored. And that 3-ball away from Rogers is way off the mark there. As Bowling Green comes back on the fast break. Donahue. Inbound pass to Velasco. Donahue. 11 points, 6 rebounds for Donahue in that first half. She was monstrous. Velasco. Pump fake dribble inside. Turns around, puts up a mid-range jumper. Velasco knocks it down. Velasco now has 8 points. They go with 5 assists for the mid-range jumper. 40-38. The Falcons lead extends by 8, the largest lead they've had this game. Here's Griffin in the corner. 3-ball on the way for the Red Wolves. That one no good. Rebounded from Rogers. That one up no good. Still scoreless. Here's Arkansas State. Rebounded from Erica Porter. Here comes Kohler on the 2-on-1 fast break. Kohler bounce pass inside Velasco. Back to Kohler. Good teamwork basketball there from Kohler and Velasco. Up and in. The lead extends to double figures for Bowling Green as Kohler has double figures. 42-32. The orange and brown leads. Shannon dribbling. Donahue puts her hands up. And no good as the foul's called on Donahue. That'll be her second personal foul this contest. And you have the Red Wolves going to the free throw line for the third time this game. They're 1 for 3 from the charity stripe so far. It's Shannon from the line. That one is in and out. Second attempt on the way here for Shannon. Up and in. So the another point, but they still are trying to find something from the floor, and something they haven't done in quite some time. 42-33. Falcons up by 9. Fleming in the corner right to the right. Velasco. And the Porter. Porter back to Velasco. Velasco into the left corner was looking for Fleming. That one's intercepted from Rose and stolen away. Here come Rose and the Red Wolves. Rose. And there's the first basket in quite some time from the floor. Chrislyn Rose fought through the contact, off-balance shot, but off the glass and in. 42-35, lead cut down to 7. Velasco, and that's off of Velasco's foot. And then Kohler intercepts. So a couple of turnovers back that way. Fleming, one-touch passing to Donahue. Pump fakes up and in. 13 points, 7 rebounds for Nate Donahue. 3 ball on the way for the Red Wolves. That one's off the front of the rim. No good. Fleming comes in with it, and here's on Fleming in the fast break. Fleming pulls up back to Porter. Porter. Pump fakes Erica Porter. And she'll get the foul called. Erica Porter was driving to the basket there, and it's going to be an offensive defensive foul on the Red Bulls. So a 5 change coming in for Red Bulls. We'll take a break here for station identification.
You are listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
So that foul causes the Red Bulls to make another wholesale change. Rose picked up her second personal foul, which sends Erica Porter to the free throw line. Her first one is up and no good. A chance here to go 1 for 2 for the line. And she does. So lead back up to 10, 45-35. 7 minutes left to play here in the third. Dribbling inside to the baseline, outside. Montu. Dribbling inside, here is McColster. Defended there from Fleming. McColster drives. Velasco put her hands up. But Velasco will be called for the foul on McColster. So McColster now will shoot 2 from the free throw line. First one's good. 45-36, Bowling Green. Lead cut down to 9. A chance to cut down to 8 off the front of the rim, no good. And rebounded eventually by Paige Kohler. Here's Donahue. Down the right side, Kohler feeds it inside to Erica Porter. Erica Porter turns, spin moves. Erica Porter with the left there. No good. And rebounded there by Weary. Here come the Red Wolves. McColster, no good. Back outside. Another 3 ball on the way. This is Morgan. That one no good. Tipped away from Donahue into the hands of Fleming. Another scoreless drought on the way for the Red Wolves. Velasco, Fleming, Kohler. Right wing 3. That one off the mark. Fleming kicks it back out to Velasco. Donahue. Donahue back at the Kohler, top of the key. You have 13 on the shot clock. Kohler. Velasco, left wing. Guarded by McAllister. Velasco, spin moves. Velasco trying to put the shot there. No call. It has it stolen away. Good defensive play there from the Red Wolves. Driving inside. Long 3 ball on the way here. That one off the mark again. And this time it's Montu again. 9 points, 5 rebounds. Team high. Still can't hit a 3. 7 for 28 now. After they start 5 for 6 from 3-point range. Velasco, Porter, back to Velasco. Here's Kohler. Not too much contact there on Morgan. Kira McGuff, Taya Ellis checking back in. Erica Porter checks out. And Donahue will check out for Bowling Green. Donahue's 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Cole inbound. If Donahue does reach 10 rebounds, this will be her first ever double-double in her collegiate career as an orange and brown. Fleming, mid-range 2, that's good. Good pounce, no-look pass there from Paige Kohler, and Fleming knocks it down. 47-36 Bowling Green, under 5 minutes left to play here in the third. Here's Rose. Griffin. Driving inside, putting on the brakes. Shannon kicks it out. Here's Griffin. Griffin still. Out to Shannon. Shannon drives. Shannon up and in. Got a little bit of help from the backboard, but got the fall. 47-38 Red Wolves. Velasco, long outlet past Ellis. Ellis keeps it. Gives it to Kohler. Kohler into McGuff. McGuff up and in. Good playing out of the pressure there for Bowling Green. Here's Rose. Rose dribbles, puts up the mid-range shot, and good. Rose now up to double figures. She has 11 points. 49-40. Lead cut down to 9 again for Bowling Green. 3:50 left to play in the third. Kohler. Into Velasco. Out to Fleming. Fleming thought about a 3 out to Velasco. Velasco's 3 in and out. Into the hands of Rose. Rose comes back the other way. Rose had it knocked away from Kohler initially. Rose puts it up and in off the glass. Chrislyn Rose, another big finish to the rim. She's starting to heat up a little bit. 13 points. McGuff, another fast break for Bowling Green. We're to 2-on-1. Kira McGuff lays it up and in. My goodness, back and forth action here. 51-42 now Bowling Green. 3:15 left to play here in the third. Pass down low. Rogers, Shannon, up and in off the glass. 51-44 Bowling Green. Fleming, long outlet pass. Not on the same page there as Velasco as that goes out of bounds for the first time in minutes. A 7-point lead for Bowling Green, the lead that was cut down. We have now reached our media timeout with 2:56 of the play here in the third quarter. Bowling Green 51, Arkansas State 47. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find today's menu at juniperbrew.com. Time on the floor with Take It With Them. A 7-point lead for the Falcons right here on WBGU.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
What's going on, guys? I'm Darius Lorfield's junior safety here at BG. My Falcon 4 favorite things for homecoming, definitely seeing some of the alumni, you know, the big crowd, you know, hearing them roar, the Falcon Walk pregame, getting to see more people, and then just winning the game overall and celebrating after. Go Falcons.
Back here in Jonesboro, Arkansas here. Bowling Green 51, Arkansas State 44. A 7-point lead for the Falcons with 2:56 of the play here in the third quarter. Welcome back inside the broadcast. I am Lucas Kleinmeyer alongside Kidnap back in the Cooling Center, where WBGU FM is located on the campus of Bowling Green State University. So just for people to know that Arkansas State were 5 for 6 from three-point range to start this game. They are now 1 for 20 in their last attempts from beyond the arc. That is incredible. 7 for 29 for 3 total as a game for Arkansas State. 17 for 49 shooting. That's good for 34.4%. Donahue leads the Falcons with 13 points and 8 rebounds. Rose has 13 points as well. A little bit of updates from around the MAC in this MAC Sun Belt Conference. Central Michigan took down Marshall University 73-68 earlier today. Georgia State handed Eastern Michigan a loss 55-43. Northern Illinois beat Appalachian State 75-62. Toledo got a big win over Old Dominion 56-52. So right now as it stands, the MAC is 3-1 on this break. Akron and Georgia Southern did play at 11 a.m. Trying to see the stats there. It wasn't updated on the MAC website. We'll see what the score is here. Georgia Southern did beat Akron 60-36, so 3-2 the MAC is so far in this one. Back on the way here in the third quarter as a turnover once again from Arkansas State into the hands of Erica Porter. Then Kira McGuff almost turned the ball over. Had it stripped away into the hands of Velasco. Bounce pass to Velasco. Velasco, long out pass to Fleming. Fleming into Porter. Porter pumps on the moves. Porter up and in, and a foul. She'll get 2, and she'll take 1 to go. Erica Porter, a big bucket, and she'll go to the charity stripe. .53, now 44. Bowling Green, a chance to make it a 10-point lead for the Orange and Brown. EP will go to the free throw line. She can't convert there. No good. So still just a 9-point lead for Bowling Green. Montu. Long 3 ball on the way. That one off the mark there. Montu wanted a foul, not called. Fleming picking up the scraps and getting the rebound. Still fighting getting the rebound. Just spinning around 3 Arkansas State defenders there. And they'll get Kristen Rose, not Rose. We'll see who they get here for Arkansas State for a foul. Fleming was just spinning around for about a good 6 seconds or so. They couldn't find an open pass. It'll be McAllister, the third first personal foul at the contest. Velasco and the Porter. Porter to Fleming. Fleming, down low pass inside in the post. Erica Porter guarded there with Sam Grant, and Sam Grant wins that matchup, swatting that ball away, goes out of bounds. 53-44 Bowling Green, and down to a minute 45 left to play here before the fourth quarter. Long feed inside, Porter. Velasco. Foul was going to be called on Amy Velasco. Tried to put that one up, and it wasn't good. Come McAllister. Pass down low to Montu. Off the mark there, and she's fouled. That's Amy Velasquez's 4th turnover. Going back to that play, she's 8 points and 7 assists in this contest. She's close to a double-double as well. Long attempt, no good there. Kohler, long feed to Velasco. Velasco, long outlet pass to Fleming. Fleming bounce pass inside Erica Porter, crashing to the boards. Erica Porter up and in. Got a little help from the glass, but got to go. 11-point lead for Bowling Green, 55-44. Here's Wary, driving inside. Got fouled by Fleming. Had the shot go up and it wasn't good. Been a near 2-minute drought for the Red Wolves again. Emily Cecil comes back in. Donnie comes back in. Fleming and Velasco check out. Worry, no points, 0 for 2 from 3. And this one. First one on the way from Weary is up and good. We're down to 10. Second one is up, and that one's in and out. So still a 10-point lead, still a double figures lead for Bowling Green. Donahue looking for an outlet. Got it off to Cecil. And Kohler. They're Arkansas State's pressing hard here. And Bowling Green didn't get out in time. Team that likes to press are the Red Wolves, and Bowling Green has done good getting out of it more times than not this game, but there's been a couple of times, especially in the second half, the Red Wolves have forced some turnovers. Rose. Rogers. Lock and load three from the right corner. That's good. And do your eyes deceive me? But a big three from Shannon. And maybe I could start something here for Arkansas State from three-point range. 55-48, down to 23 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Kohler passing inside of Porter. Porter wide open here, top of the key. Inside of Kohler. About 2 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Kohler and the Porter down low inside. McGuff there, dives in, back to Porter. Porter there, tough shot, no good, rolls around the rim. Loose ball on the floor. McGuff can't dive for it, and they're giving away. And here come the Red Wolves. A three ball as the buzzer sounds, and it's off the mark. The physicality is picking up, and no fouls being called. 55-48, a 7-point lead for Bowling Green as we head into quarter number 4 here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Falcons looking to pull out their 12th win of the season and their 3rd road win of the year. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball here on WBGU.
Hi, my name is Emma Stransky. I'm a winger for BGSU Women's Soccer. My 4 favorite animals are ferret, because I have 2 and they're the cutest things ever. Falcon, because we're BG. Fox, because Chris Fox, our coach. And then a flamingo, because I think that they're pretty.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here, ready to start 4th quarter action here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. First ever matchup between Bowling Green and Arkansas State. 55-48 is your score. We look like we were on pace to have a high-scoring game. It was 25-20 at the end of the first quarter. It's been a little bit more defensive since then. Not saying this is anything of the non-regular, but Bowling Green has turned it on since the first quarter. They didn't play bad in the first quarter. They just didn't do good defensively. They did good offensively and defensively in the second quarter, 18-7 there in the second quarter. In the third quarter as well, Bowling Green outscoring them 17-16, so more back and forth there. Arkansas State 1 for 8 from 3 in that third quarter. Did a little bit better, more shooting-wise, but still not great at all compared to what they did in that first quarter. But for Bowling Green, they've been phenomenal after the first quarter as well. 23-45, 51% shooting from the floor. That'll get it done. 18-53 shooting for Arkansas State. That's 34%. That's not going to get it done if you're a Red Wolves fan. On the floor for Bowling Green out of this to start the fourth quarter is Donahue, Velasco, Fleming, McGuff, and Ellis. The 5 for Arkansas State is the same starting 5 they had to start this game. So that is Rogers, Griffin, Rose, Brown, and Shannon. Back here, they're ready to start fourth quarter. Velasco will get this one started for Bowling Green. Inside to Ellis. To Velasco. Fleming. Pump fakes the three. Fleming hangs off to Velasco. Velasco moves up to Fleming. Open here, three from the right wing. Fleming in and out. McGuff hits the deck there from the floor. Donahue picks the ball up and picks it up and in. 15 points for Donahue. She's a rebound away from a double-double. Fast break here on the way for Arkansas State. 57-48, Bowling Green, a 9-point lead for the Orange and Brown. This is an Arkansas State team that has won 11 straight games. And that one no good for the Red Wolves there. And rebounded from the Falcons. Donahue drives and is fouled as we'll go to the free throw line. This is a team that hasn't lost since December 29th, 2024, and they played Appalachian State. Now Bowling Green are 9 minutes away from ending that streak. Would be a huge victory on the road for the Orange and Brown. Donahue will go to the free throw line and she's fouled. Kohlers will come in for Fleming. Donahue's first attempt from the line is in and out. And mind you now, Donahue now has 10 rebounds off of that last Bowling Green possession before she was fouled. So that is a first ever collegiate double-double for Nay Donahue. 15 points, 10 rebounds. She'll definitely need contention for a BG Falcon Community Food and Drink Guide Player of the Game. Mind you, we'll be joined post-game by that player, along with our assistant coach for this game, Alexis Graham-Blinko, for our post-game show. Don't go anywhere once the final buzzer sounds. Here comes Arkansas State. Here's Weary coming back in as the 5 wholesale change for Arkansas State happened after that last dead ball. And that one's no good. (58-48) Bowling Green, 8:22 left to play here. Velasco, mid-range jumper, up and in. 10 points down for Velasco. She's now 3 assists away from a double-double of her own. And Donahue there a little bit late. And a little too much contact there. McAllister. Took a tag for the foul. So they inbound this one underneath the basket. It was off of a Falcon foot. So they'll do it again. 8:08, 21 seconds on the shot clock. 60-48, Bowling Green. Feed inside down low here. That's up and in from Sam Grant. Got Erica Porter to bite there down low and just went up and in. We've down to 10 again. 60-50 Bowling Green. Under 8 minutes left to play here. Velasco is driving and she's fouled. Here's Velasco, inbounds, Erica Porter. Velasco, pump fakes, moves inside. Velasco, just off the mark. Kieran McGuff can hold on the rebound there. As here comes the Rebels back the other way. Guarded heavily there from Kieran McGuff on Montu, but McGuff will get called on the foul. Inbound, long three for the Red Wolves, off the mark there. That was Morgan. Now Bowling Green comes away once again here. McGuff. Outside, Velasco, top of the key, right wing, Paige Kohler for a three. Paige Kohler, that's a deep three, and Paige Kohler, that's her type of range. She knocks it down again. A baker's dozen for Paige Kohler. She now has 13 points, second on the team, and a huge three to extend the lead to 13, 63-50, and a timeout taken by Arkansas State with 7:01 left to play here in the fourth quarter. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee, craft beer, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take the timeout with them. The Falcons up by 13 here, final quarter here in Arkansas.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
BGSU softball continues their run at the USC Upstate Tournament with an afternoon matchup against Monmouth on Saturday, February 8th, with first pitch at 12:30 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap of the event on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here in Arkansas, 63-50, Bowling Green up by 13. A huge three-pointer from Paige Kohler is where we left off. She now has 13 points in the contest. Bowling Green played a phenomenal second, third quarter, and it's been a pretty good fourth for head coach Fred Shamil's squad. Nay Donahue, 16 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double for her for the first time in her career. Like she's only 4 points, but 7 rebounds and 7 assists. So she's been good in the non-scoring categories. Kohler has 13 points as well. Another big performance here shooting-wise. Velasco is 2 assists away from a double-double, 10 points, 8 assists as well for Amy Velasco. 7 points, 4 rebounds as well for Kira McGuff, who's come off the bench and has put in a good shift. Erica Porter, 6 points, 8 rebounds as well. She's 4 points and 2 rebounds away from double-double as well. So it's been an all-around team performance for Bowling Green this game. They're getting it done as together as a unit, and it hasn't been just one outlet. They're winning the rebound battle by quite a significant margin, 43-24. 33 defensive rebounds to 16 for Arkansas State. Points in the paint. They're also winning that one as well. 28 points in the paint to just 18 for Arkansas State as well. Bowling Green, they're going to get their 3rd road win of the season and their 12th win of the year before they return home finally after this 3-game road stretch and host the Central Michigan Chippewas at the Stroh Center. They're off Wednesday, so have a week off for the next contest. Here's Rose dribbling inside, up and in. And she'll get the basket to go, and she'll be fouled. 63-52 with 1 to go here. Rose now has 15 points. Here's Rose, up and in. Lead down to 10, 63-53. Here's Velasco to Porter. Porter dribbles. Outside of to Kohler, and they're going to call Porter on the travel. So Porter will come out now after that travel call. Ellis. And she'll get a little bit of a reminder from Fred Shamil in a polite way. Here's Rose. So we can see if Arkansas State can capitalize on a BG turnover. Fleming will be called for the foul. Rose, that shot won't go, and good for the Falcons. Unless that would have been another 3-point play. But she'll go to the charity stripe and shoot 2 now. Rose, who's holding on to that left calf a little bit. 16 points for Rose, 7 for 10 shooting. That first one's good. Not over until it's over for sure. 63-54 lead down to 9. And a chance to be down to 8 here for the second free throw attempt. And that one's good again for Rose, so a 2-for-2 trip there from the line. 63-55, down by 8 now, Bowling Green. McGuff. And down to Velasco. The high press from Arkansas State looking to pay dividends. Kohler picks it off. Now here's Fleming. Fleming. To Kohler. Velasco. Here's Velasco. Velasco, a lot of contact. Kicks it out to Kohler. And a travel is going to be called on Velasco. And much to Shamil's dismay. So it'll be a travel called on Velasco. So a lot of calls not going Bowling Green's favor with 6:20 left to play in the fourth quarter. Arkansas State doing a good job of creating some turnovers and opportunities for themselves. 3 ball on the way. That one off the mark. Rogers trying to get the rebound. Kohler gets it, however. She stepped out of bounds. It'll be Arkansas State ball. Rose will inbound this one underneath the right side of the basket. Rogers, and back to Rose. Rose pulls up mid-range shot, and that falls. It's down to 6, and we got a ball game, folks. Here's down 6-point lead for Bowling Green with 6 minutes left to play here in the fourth. Ellis, Velasco, McGuff. And McGuff will be fouled. The two number 14s going at it by Griffin. Donahue checks back in for McGuff. Here's Velasco. Hands it off to Donahue. Velasco. Velasco, Kohler, right wing. Kohler, another 3 ball on the way. Paige Kohler, that one no good. Ellis trying to hold in the rebound, can't do so. And it goes out of bounds, but it'll be last touch off of Red Wolf, and it will be Bowling Green ball. Ellis out, Porter back in. Fleming. Working, Fleming to McGuff. Calls for a screen for Porter, gets it. Velasco. Outside, Fleming. Bounce pass inside, low. Porter inside the post. She's got her where she wants her. Kicks it outside the court. Shot clock still at 10. Donahue will try a 3. Donahue right in front of the Bowling Green bench. Donahue knocks it down. 19 points for Nate Donahue. 10 rebounds as well. 66-57. Lead back up tonight for Bowling Green. Rose back the other way. No good there. Too strong. Into the hands of Fleming. Donahue. Under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth. Kohler. Guarded by Shannon. Kohler drives up. Was blocked by Rogers. Winter Rogers will foul her. And that will be our last media timeout here. 66-57 here. 9-point lead for the Falcons here in this one. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find this menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take a break. 66-57, Bowling Green. 4:40 left to play here. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball here on WBGU.
Wraps up their series against the St. Thomas Tommies on Saturday, February 8th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak and Carter Leonard at 6:45 for pregame and 7 p.m. for puck drop on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU men's basketball faces off against the Ohio Bobcats on February 11th at the Stroh. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Artie Abrego will have the call with pregame at 6:45 and tip-off at 7 p.m. on Falcon Radio.
Bowling Green Women's Golf is westward bound, traveling to Arizona to take part in the BGSU Women's Intercollegiate from Tuesday, February 11th to Wednesday, February 12th. Wyatt Broadbar will have the results on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here with 4:40 left to play here in the fourth quarter here at First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro, Arkansas. 66-57 is your score. The Falcons lead by 9. First ever meeting between these two programs, and both teams looking for the first ever win over one another for the second and final game of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. A little fun challenge that both conferences have been doing this year. Bowling Green defeated Southern Mississippi in the first game of the season at the Stroh Center, while Arkansas State lost to Western Michigan on the road the first game of the MAC Sun Belt Challenge. Bowling Green looking to snap an 11-game winning streak for the Red Wolves. They have not lost since December 29th against Appalachian State. That was their first Sun Belt Conference game of the year. Then after that, they've won 11 straight conference games. So we'll see what happens here the remainder of this one. Reminder of BGSU hockey in action tonight, 7 p.m. puck drop against the St. Thomas Tommies, 6:45 pregame. Right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Ben Korak will be on the call of that one alongside Carter Leonard, so make sure you check out that one right after this. Men's basketball team for Bowling Green got a big win over Coastal Carolina at home on the Stroh Center. They're now 2 wins in a row. That was their 9th win of the season, looking to carry that into the rest of MAC play. Kohler's first attempt from the line is a little too strong. Kohler's first attempt from the line, no good. Second one is good. 67-57. Lead up to 10. Shannon. Rose pulls that mid-range jumper. That one's good. Chrislyn Rose, 67-59. Here's McGuff. Back up to Kohler. To Fleming. Fleming, long switch to Porter. Porter gets by Rogers. Kohler to Fleming. Kohler, shot clock down to 7, just by the logo. Fleming, and that one is way off the mark. She wasn't looking for Velasco there. So it'll be a turnover there for Bowling Green. It will be Griffin inbound this one for Arkansas State. 20 Bowling Green turnovers to just 8 for Arkansas State, and that's been uncharacteristic for Bowling Green this last couple games as Rose knocks down a big 3. She has 23 points now. She's come alive in this fourth quarter. A huge 3 for the Red Wolves. 67-62, lead down to 5. 3:35 to play here. We'll be in for a cinematic ending here in Jonesboro. Velasco. Donahue, top of the key. Fleming, right wing. Porter inside. Gets it back up. Velasco. Shot clock down to 2. Velasco feeds it off the front of the rim. No good. Velasco, offensive foul. Rose will earn that one. She had her feet set. She'll take the charge. So now 25 points, pardon me, for Rose at game high. 10 for 14 shooting. Fleming checks out. Kier McGuff checks back in. Shannon letting the ball roll all the way. Pass mid-court to save as much time. We're down to 3 minutes. Rose. Shannon. Pass down low, underneath. Rogers, 3-ball on the way. There, that's good! Brown makes it a 2-point game. Here, 2 minutes, 45 seconds in the third quarter. And a turnover from Bowling Green again. The turnovers are killing Bowling Green this fourth quarter. Rose openly in the basket. That one too strong. Rogers going over the back of Velasco, and they'll get called for the foul. So remain Red Wolves ball. 67-65. What a quarter, what a run. 8-0 run for Arkansas State here. Well, we mentioned it so much on previous broadcasts of how important it's been for Bowling Green to close out games, to close out fourth quarter. Did a good job of that against Central Michigan. And a little bit of an old friend, old bad habit, sneaking up on Bowling Green here in the fourth quarter, trying to close out these games. 25 points for Rose, a game high. Amy Velasco with her fourth personal foul. She's now 1 away from fouling out. First one is off the front of the rim and no good there from Rogers. So that's a big miss. Got to make your free throws. Rogers still looking for her first points in this contest. Rogers, that finally gets her first. 67-66, 1-point lead for BG. The crowd here at First National Bank Arena on their feet. Porter. And she'll be fouled. Tripped up there from Rogers. That'll be Rogers' fourth personal foul. So now she's now 1 away from fouling out. 2:30 left to play here in this one. Remind you, post-game will be joined by our assistant coach Alexis Graham-Blanco, along with our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game. Here's Erica Porter. Puts it up, and no good. Second attempt on the way for Erica Porter. That one banks off the front of the rim and in. 68-66. One possession game. Shannon. Rogers. Back out to Rose. Rose moves. Rose drives, moves, and that one's in. Got a couple of bounces. 27 points for Rose. We are tied. 68-67. Only down by... We are tied apiece. A little bit of mishap there on the scoreboard. Tied game here, found 2 minutes here in Arkansas. Velasco. Kohler. Shot clock down to 7. Velasco, top of the key. Velasco out to Kohler, right wing. Kohler moves inside, guarded by Rowe. Kohler pulls up mid-range 2, no good. Rebounded from Porter, though. Erica Porter double team down low. Erica Porter there. And it's going to be an offensive foul. Well, actually, now they're going to say it was actually a foul on Rogers. So Erica Porter will go to the free throw line. And I do believe that is Rogers' 5th. And indeed it is. That is Rogers' 5th personal foul, so she will foul out. So in comes Sam Grant back in for the Red Wolves. Here's Porter. First one is no good. All these free throws count here towards the end of the game. Porter's second attempt is in and out. And the Red Wolves come away with it. Here's Rose. Shannon, tied game, minute 30. Rose Moves inside, mid-range jumper, good. Arkansas State has the lead. 70-68, a minute 15 left. Donahue's got it back on the fast break. Donahue pass down low, Fleming. Up and no good, she's fouled. So Fleming goes to the free throw line. A 13-2 run Arkansas State's been on here in this last quarter. And now Fleming will go to the free throw line, has two big makes. First one's good. Next one ties it. Fifth year in her fifth season, has come back from two major knee injuries, has faced many moments of adversity and many big games. She makes both of them here, 70-70 apiece. A minute 8 left to play here at First National Bank Arena. Rose. 1 minute left here, 70 apiece. Here's Rose. Donahue. Defending her, got past Donahue. 3 ball on the way. Coming up for Griffin. No good. Donahue can't hold in the rebound. It will be Arkansas State ball. 44.6 seconds left remaining. Erica Porter's 3 points away from a double-double. She has 7 points, 10 rebounds. The officials will go to the monitor here to determine whether or not it was last touch off an Arkansas State player or a Bowling Green player. I want to make sure I get this call right. Velasco is 2 assists away from a double-double as well. Paige Kohler, 14 points, 5 rebounds as well. A 13-3 run the last 4 minutes for Arkansas State. $25 points off of turnovers for Arkansas State, 17 points off turnovers for Bowling Green. And that's been the difference in this fourth quarter in the comeback for these Rebels team. They force Bowling Green turnovers, and the reason why they play 5-on-5 on the floor and they switch out 5 is they play high press the entire game. They high press Bowling Green every time Bowling Green inbound the ball, whether it was defensive end, and obviously offensive end, you got to defend your own court, but defensively, they play with energy and try to convert turnovers, and did so in the most important moments of the game. It's Fleming, Kohler, Donahue, McGuff, and Porter on the floor for Bowling Green. So it will be Rebels ball after the officials went to the monitor and looked at it. 44.6 seconds left here in the fourth. 77, Bowling Green, Arkansas State. Tie game. Donahue steals it away. Donahue. And a timeout taken from Bowling Green. Janaea Donahue, the freshman, coming away with a huge steal in the final seconds of this one. And Bowling Green got the timeout, full timeout taken, and we'll take it with them. A huge, huge play from the freshman Janaea Donahue with a massive steal. 70 apiece. Bowling Green, Arkansas State, 38.7 seconds left. Don't go anywhere. We got the final seconds of this one coming down to the wire here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here, maybe not one final time, but maybe one final time in at least regulation here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. A huge steal from Nay Donahue is where we left off. 70 apiece, 30.7 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. Bowling Green looking to pull out a huge road victory, only be their third road victory of the year and their 12th win of the year to end an 11-game winning streak for Arkansas State. Velasco is back into the game for McGuff. Donahue. Inbound pass to Velasco. 36 seconds. Velasco. To Kohler. Kohler back to Velasco. Top of the key. Velasco. Porter. Moving inside. Velasco. Floater. It's good. Amy Velasco gives Bowling Green the lead. 72-70. The senior from Centerville, Ohio, comes up big. And let's see how big that shot was. We have 22.3 seconds left. A full timeout for Arkansas State. We'll stay right here. And Velasco now, 12 points, 8 rebounds. And what could be the potential game-winning shot. Arkansas State, though, is going to get the ball. The shot clock will be off. They have a chance to win it or tie it here at the buzzer. So it is far from over here, folks. 19 points for Donahue, 10 points, 10 rebounds, 7 points for Porter, 10 rebounds, 14 points for Kohler, 5 rebounds, 6 points for Fleming, 8 rebounds, and 7 steals. An all-around solid game for the fifth year from Cincinnati, Ohio as well. Kier McGuff, 7 points, 4 rebounds as well. A game high and, of course, team high for Rose for Arkansas State. 29 points on 12 for 17 shooting. He's had an electric fourth quarter here as Bowling Green looking to close this one out and get what would be a huge win on the road here in Arkansas. In terms of team morale, confidence, and momentum heading into the final stretch of MAC play, starting next Saturday when they play Central Michigan at home. Here we go. Rose will inbound. 3 ball on the way. Shannon off the mark and rebounded from Erica Porter. That's her 11th rebound of the day. The timeout was taken and Bowling Green got it with 17.5 seconds left. Arkansas State, they went for it all there. Shannon went for the 3-point attempt and it was just a little too strong as Bowling Green came up with it. Bowling Green as a team shot 28 for 54, 51.9% shooting from the floor. For the Red Wolves, 26-69 shooting, 37.7%. And it's kind of crazy when you think about how well they played in the first quarter. Donahue will inbound this one once again. Right by Rose. Donahue to Velasco. And she'll be fouled. With 15.9 seconds left, Amy Velasco go to the free throw line. Kieran McGuff will check in. Sam Grant will check in for Shane as well. Velasco from the free throw line. First one, up and in. It's now a 3-point lead for Bowling Green. Velasco. Chance to make it a 4-point lead. This is huge. And she does. 4-point lead now for Bowling Green. 74-70. Big free throws made by Amy Velasco. 30-second timeout taken on the floor for the Red Wolves now. Once again, a reminder, we'll be joined post-game by assistant coach Alexis Graham-Blanco, along with our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Player of the Game, Janaea Donahue. for Bowling Green. Really was a all-around good team performance. You look at all the box scores for Bowling Green. We'll read them out once the game is over. But they're still trying to hold on to this lead. 4-point lead with 15.9 seconds left. Try to hold on to victory. Still game high, 29 points for Rose. The second closest was Montu and Brown, who both just had 9. And every single one, 3 for 10 attempts from Brown. So all of her 9 of her points have came from the free throw line, from the 3-point line, I should say. Here's Rose. Inbound to Brown. Down to 12 seconds. 3 ball on the way here from Griffin. It's good. And timeout taken from Bowling Green. So this one is not over yet. 74-73, 8.8 seconds left to play here in this one. Bowling Green takes their final timeout. Boy, what a big 3 there. Anna Griffin, only 6 points this game. Only her second made 3, and it comes at the biggest time. 74-73, Bowling Green. So Bowling Green's going to have to go to the free throw line at least one more time. And hopefully make both. Here's Donahue to inbound this one. Donahue gets it to Velasco. Velasco, she's fouled again. So Velasco will be the chosen one to go to the cherry stripe once again to knock down these 2 free throws with 7.9 seconds left remaining. To make it a 3-point lead at most for Bowling Green before Arkansas State gets the ball right back. Arkansas State has 1 timeout left remaining. Could have overtime here on the horizon. Velasco's first one is good. 75-73. Velasco's second attempt. No good. And timeout, Arkansas State. So a 2-point lead for Bowling Green. And the Rebels have a chance to tie and send us to OT, or a chance to win it at the last possible second. What a game. What a game we have here. 7 seconds left, to be exact, here in the fourth quarter. Last time out taken from the Rebels, so we'll see what happens here. You live for these moments. If you're a basketball player, if you play at any level, high school, college, professional, those in-game moments. It's been a good back and forth game. First quarter's been good for Arkansas State. Bowling Green won the second and third. I think it's safe to say the Rebels have been better here in the fourth. But we'll see if Bowling Green can close it out. 7 seconds. 2-point lead for Bowling Green. Let's see if they can defend it. We'll see if Arkansas State elects to go for it all. Here we go. Rose inbounds. Donahue stole it away initially. It's back to Rose. Rose drives inside, defended by McGuff. Rose puts up a tough shot. No good. Rebounded from Erica Porter. And the Bowling Green Falcons with a huge victory in Jonesboro, Arkansas. They snap the Red Wolves 11 straight victories and come away with their 3rd road win of the season and their 12th of the year. Huge road win for Bowling Green as they hang on to defeat the Red Wolves 75-73, and the Bowling Green Falcons will be flying back to the 4-1-9 with a big dub. Wasn't perfect. It was back and forth, but Bowling Green hang on to earn a huge road victory. Mind you, when we come back, we'll be joined by assistant coach Alexis Graham-Belenko, along with our BG Falcon Muted Food and Drink Guide player of the game, Nate Donahue, along with, we'll wrap it up one final time before we send you on your merry way and enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Falcon Media Sports Network is finally back on the road with BGSU hockey. Make sure to catch the voice of Falcon Hockey, Ben Korak, on the call for every BGSU game this season on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here with our post-game show here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Your Bowling Green women's basketball team go on and defeat the Arkansas State Red Wolves 75-73 to end the Arkansas State Red Wolves 11 straight wins, unbeaten run. Welcome to the post-game show. I'm Luke Kleinmar. We're now joined with Caden Knapp back in the studio in the Cooling Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Caden, the fourth quarter wasn't pretty, but Bowling Green was able to hang on and get a big victory, their third road victory of the season.
Yes, a huge win for them, confidence-wise. And, this is the kind of win that they needed, in my opinion. They're coming off that Ball State game where they didn't necessarily play the best. And then you come into Arkansas State, you go down early right off the bat. You make a comeback and you lead for most of the game. Arkansas State then comes back at the end, but you hold them off and you say, we finished the game off against a really good team.
Absolutely, indeed. And this is a big win that could maybe kickstart a little bit more momentum for Bowling Green. You mentioned that tough loss at Ball State. Ball State's the cream of the crop in the MAC to this point. But this is a good win for them to come back and get the momentum going, get some positive going, get the team morale up when you head into the final stretch of MAC play, Caden, because we only have a handful of MAC games left here. They've played now all the MAC teams this season, so there's no surprises from here on out. They're not going to play a team that they haven't faced yet. So getting a big win like this against an opponent that they've never faced before in a difficult environment, and an environment that's unfamiliar for them, is very big as well for the rest of the MAC.
Yeah, it really is. And, I've talked about this before with multiple people. Having an out-of-conference game at this point in the season is good because it allows you to test out brand new things for when you are playing teams 2 times, Yes. So you aren't as worried as, what if I mess up or whatever, because then it doesn't dock your conference record. So that's the importance of this game right here.
Absolutely, indeed, Caden. And we'll be joined by assistant coach Alexis Graham-Blinka, who will talk more with us. But Nate Donahue, 19 points, 10 rebounds, double-double. Really, though, a complete team performance when you look at the rest of the box scores as well. Who stood out to you tonight?
Outside of Donahue, I'm going to say Amy Velasco. She had 8 assists, 15 points, and I think she had arguably the biggest shot of the game near the end when she hit that little floater, and then she followed it up by hitting 3 of her next 4 free throws to really, ice this game.
Indeed, and look at the stats for Bowling Green. They won the rebounding battle from quite a large margin, 49-28. 22 assists to 19 assists as well. I think it's important to know as well. Going back to those rebounds, 37 rebounds, defensive rebounds for Bowling Green, just 18 for Arkansas State. 30 points in the paint for Bowling Green, 26 for Arkansas State. Those are key areas for Bowling Green that they were huge in.
Yeah, I'm sure assistant coach John Nicolay is going to be doing jumping jacks on the plane back. He's going to be very excited with that number, 49-28. That's just huge.
Huge indeed for Bowling Green. They held Arkansas State to shoot 38% from the field, 21 for 71. And they'll be going home, flying home, happy with a big road win, just their third road win of the season. When we come back, we'll be joined by BGSU assistant coach Alexis Graham-Blinka, who will take us through her thoughts on the contest, along with our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game, Janaea Donahue.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network, you can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hello, I'm Mads Christensen for BGSU men's soccer team, and this is my Falcon 4 favorite ice cream toppings. The first one, vanilla, because it's a classic. The second one, strawberry, and guess what? It's also a classic. Love that. And cookies and cream, because it's delicious. And the final one, banana.
Falcon women's basketball faces Arkansas State in the MAC Sun Belt Challenge on Saturday, February 8th. Tune into Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for tip-off on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Back here with our post-game show, Bowling Green Falcons with a huge win on the road, and Jonesboro, Arkansas, 75-73 over the Red Wolves. We're now joined by assistant coach Lexus Graham-Blanco. And coach, road win, any kind of road win's good.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Last non-MAC game of the season, obviously came at a weird time, kind of in between the MAC game, but
Right.
big win on the
Yes.
road. Take us through your thoughts.
Yes, no, we like the keys we had, they checked them all off. Really proud. We're really proud. They fought for 40 quarters. We knew it was going to be a tough game, physical play. Just coming down south, playing in a different conference. Like they pressed for 40 minutes, but like we stayed poised and composed, and we handled it, and we fought for 40 minutes, and we couldn't have asked more from them.
Awesome. And take us through the game plan execution a little bit. And I really want to touch on, too, the second quarter performance. 18 points for you guys, held them to 7. And I felt that was kind of like the turning point in the game. The first quarter was kind of back and forth, a lot of scoring. But that's when I feel like the team really locked down defensively and obviously translated to offense on the other end in points.
Yes. They so that first quarter they came out blazing hot from the three. They hit 7 threes in that first quarter, and then they finished with 11 the entire game. So we defended the 3-point line, and we out-rebounded them almost half. They had half of our total rebounds. We knew that they wanted to punch the gap, wanted to attack and kick for shooters. So we put our defense, we protected the paint, and that really just gave them trouble.
Absolutely. And I think really if you look at the box score, too, this was a real team performance when you look at just the points and rebounding, assists, steals, creating turnovers as well. But Nay Donahue was fantastic. I believe that's her first career collegiate double-double as well. 19 points, 10 rebounds. How impressed were you with her tonight?
Really impressed with her. Really impressed. Like she battled. And I mean she's not that very big, but she plays bigger than what she is, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Her getting down there, getting those. She has some really big defensive rebounds that we needed. And then she was upset because she didn't have any steals, but she ended the game with 1 steal, which was the biggest steal, the most important steal. So proud of her. For sure.
And obviously, it probably got a little more nervy towards the end, as you guys would like. But how big is that, though, that you've experienced another close game, a different opponent you haven't seen, and you guys are able to pull out with a big victory, so you guys can take that when you get into the MAC, but also when you get into the MAC tournament.
Right, no, absolutely. And then just you work in practice for special situations, for like when the game is tight and you need a bucket. Like we worked on those things, and tonight it showed. It showed how to execute.
And Coach, lastly, just anything else you want to say about the performance?
I am ready for some ice cream. So
oh, yeah.
Yes, no, road doves equals ice cream. But no, seriously, I'm proud of all of our kids, 1 through 15. I'm proud of every single one of them.
Well, Coach, we always appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Yes,
and
sir.
Hooray for ice cream.
Yeah, thank you, Lucas.
And when we come back, we'll be joined by our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game, Janaea Donahue.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here one final time in Jonesboro, Arkansas. We are now joined by our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guy player of the game, Nate Donahue. Got to do a little promo before we get into the interview.
Okay.
The food and drink guy specials you can provide on from local restaurants. You can find us latest menu on bgfalconmedia.com or simply go to our top navigation mouse over life and click on food and drink. Well, second time you're joining us post-game here this season. You had another big performance for you, 19 points, 10 rebounds. This is your first career collegiate double-double,
Yes,
correct?
it is.
Well, first of all, congratulations on that, too. Amazing feat. Your overall thoughts on the game?
I just thought it was a tough game, and we struggle with physical teams like this and the pressing that they bring, and I think that we just stay together as a team, and I think this is one of our more overall complete games that we've handled the pressure, and that we struggle with pressure every single game, so I think that this game we did a really good handling the pressure.
Absolutely, and take me through a little bit of the game planning and how you felt like you executed, but more specifically to that second quarter as well. I felt you guys really locked in defensively too, and they obviously translated on the offensive end as well.
Yeah, well, one of our keys was once we beat the press, then it's like sunshine on the next side of the court. So as long as we get past, like turning defense into offense, once we get past the half court, once we beat that press, then we execute very well. And then once we get stops, it leads to our offense. Like you see us running out in transition, we're getting those wide open layups, and that's exactly what we need.
Absolutely. And I think really if you look at the box score too, it's a really complete team win. I mean, everyone contributed in different ways as well. What other teammates do you want to shout out that do you think played really well this afternoon?
Amy she plays well almost
Hit the game-winning
every game.
shot.
Yeah, exactly. And she's been dealing with stuff with her hand, but I think that the free throw, the one that she missed, she's so mad about it, but I think that she's a wonderful player and probably one of the best complete players that I've seen, best point guard that I've seen. And hitting those free throws to end the game and to put us up really mattered. And as much as she hated missing that one, she really made a difference with the one that she made.
Yep. And how big is it for you too? I mean, you had a good game. Obviously, we mentioned your stats too as well, but you had the one steal, and it was the biggest steal of the game. It came at the very last moment of the game where kind of a game-deciding steal. You know, I know you probably would like to have 10 steals a game if you can as well, because that's kind of the way you like to play, very defensive. But how big is that for you as a young player, still just in your freshman year, and how's that going to do for your confidence moving forward?
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I was on the bench when I got put out during the end of the game. I looked at the stat sheet and I was like, I have 0 steals. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I need a steal. So I went out there and I was just like, I'm gonna try to get my hand on every ball. And I ended up getting the steal and getting the timeout that we needed. So I think it was very big, and I'm gonna grow so much more from now to my senior year. And I think that the girls that I have around me and the coaches that I have is gonna help me way more. So just keeping that confidence in me is gonna help.
Yep. And then just final question for you, Nay. How do you guys carry this momentum into MAC play?
I think it would be good going into MAC play because this is not like, I'm not going to say this game doesn't matter, but we're trying to win the conference and trying to just getting a win under our belt right now. I think that's going to put a lot of confidence in trying to beat Central Michigan again. It's hard to beat a team twice in college, so we need to come out and be aggressive because they press and they're a physical team too. So playing a physical game like this is really going to help us play against them.
Yep. Well, Nate, as always, thank you so much for joining us post game, and congratulations on a big performance and a big road win. And now time for ice cream, probably.
Yeah, it is. So. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Bye.
So that'll do it for us here in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Bowling Green Falcons come away with a big 75-73 win. Before we head off, I want to give a big thank you to Caden Knapp, our board operator in the studio, for pushing on the buttons and keeping me on the air, along with Falcon Media Sports Network's advisor, Carl Smith, the BGSU Athletic Program, and everyone who makes travel possible here. We can cover all these road games here for BGSU women's basketball. So big thank you to everyone, especially you, Caden, doing the dirty work in the studio. Bowling Green gets this one on the road. 75-73, a big road win for the Falcons. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to bgfalconmedia.com.